Okay. That here. Just drinking that stuff and I got an orange stuff on my face. Okay, so not a lot of updates today. They taped off some areas and they had some police presence in there, but I can pull this over for a second from Brian. I will pop this over here. So this is from Brian Enton, and just look at a couple of his updates. Law enforcement with rifles are at the reserve. They're asking police if anything significant is happening or has changed, and they told me nothing. We'll try to get live, but service is spotty. The activity at the Carlton Reserve we have noticed is on the Northport side, the same area where Chris Laundrie showed up last week to assist with the search. At this point, I would not read into the yellow police tape. They've had the reserve closed, and this opening is a Spot Us Media have been able to walk in. I think they're just trying to keep us out. So all of that police tape, I know some people were saying it was crime scene tape and thinking people were taking out a body or all of that stuff, hullabaloo was going on. It's just some police tape, most likely just to keep the media out. And hold on one second. This is some of the...
Back. Or a suicide truck with other stuff inside. Yeah. But,
some of this is training and some of this is searching. Again, a lot of nothing with nothing.
Maybe the service will be better back here by the road.
Maybe.
I'm gonna have to move a little. Hopefully it'll be okay.
All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, Hooked on Crochet. How are you?
So I'm gonna check out the other side of the bridge. The guy in the red shirt up there, he has become our friend. His name's Justin. He works for WFLA. Apparently he thought maybe something was going on this side.
Oh, okay. You don't think so, though? Is that Justin up there? I think he might be magnet fishing. No. Maybe not. I think he's walking away from you now, Brian. Are you sure he's your friend? Probably I think you're chasing him. You might call out his name before. He looks like he's scared. Run away from him.
maybe like 10. Half of them had like assault rifles.
Down this way?
Well, I was a little hesitant to go down through there.
He's a little hesitant to go there, wherever you said. You go there, Brian. I'm a little hesitant.
But I don't have any.
So?
I can send pictures of video, but like uploading or downloading is not working.
Okay, so that, let's go. That was a lot of nothing with nothing, and then This is where he says, Northport police say what we are seeing is training and searching. Training and searching.
Can you tell us if you saw anything, sir?
I know sour milk and cookies, right? Hi, I am free to be me.
Can you tell us if you saw anything, sir?
No, he's not going to tell you, Brian. I know you got to try, though. It's okay. We don't blame you. All right, and then another one, Brian. Oh, Brian, what happened there? So again, the Northport police says this is just training and searching that is going on. You just saw a message from Dog the Bounty Hunter, a new message. What's the new message from Dog? About the parents? And that Brian looks guilty as sin? Or is it a new message? Ethan Waters was the man apprehended today at the reserve because of a citizen journalist who was looking for Brian, found a shack where he was hiding.
You can tell him.
I've heard conflicting stories about that. I've heard the arrest had nothing to do with Brian. I don't know.
I just
There's a
think
lot of
it's
stuff
got
going on. Oh, they got a van stuck too, right? The van got stuck in the mud.
So it appears to be, just for those of you asking if it's FBI or Northport PD, it appears to just be Northport PD in this spot where we're at right now.
Okay.
Pushing that truck out, please. This guy's with Northport PD. He's coming up to this white car.
Yeah, there was an arrest made High 61, but as I saw it, it had nothing to do with Brian. People were saying it was because someone thought they saw Brian, but no, it seems an arrest was totally unrelated. Amy says it has nothing to do with Brian, just that because people are looking for Brian, they are finding other fugitives. Aha, gotcha. Lieutenant Banjo. Okay,
So the recap is that this morning we realized that the police were out searching on the Northport PD side of, I'm sorry, not Northport PD, on the Northport side of the reserve. They were in the same spot this morning where we've seen them in the past, where Chris Laundrie was searching with them last week, but then they popped up in this area, which is different where we are now. It's still on Northport side, and they had assault rifles, and they went into the reserve here. So we came out here, we've been watching, and the latest from Northport PD is that it is searching and training, and that the last I heard was that they're saying it's nothing significant.
right.
So the van is stuck in the mud, if those of you are asking why they leave the van.
The van's stuck in the mud, guys. That's the biggest news of the day.
So I guess I'll have to come get it out later.
The van is stuck in the mud, and Brian's got to come get it out later. Van stuck in the mud.
No, they put all
Okay, that's the big takeaway.
So that's
That's the big takeaway.
the update for now. I'm going to go because we're going to see what's happening next. But
Yeah. You go. Go take care of that van.
I will keep you guys updated. We'll be on, of course, News Nation with everything tonight. We'll get Jennifer's take on all this. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, bye. See you later. Have a good day. Get the van out of the mud. So that's all that's going on there. Nothing with nothing. Hang on. I feel like we're being punked by these people. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe, you know what it is? I have it perfectly. Maybe it's like a pot. A watch pot will never boil. Maybe if we stop paying attention, if we stop having reporters camped on the lawn. I'm sorry, this is what I do the roses with. I don't mean to point at anybody. I don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe if we stop watching it, right? Maybe if Brian Enton goes on, gets off there and stops following this, maybe something will happen. A watch pot never boils. I don't know. I think that other case where that boy stabbed his parents, and then the mother, the one we looked at last night in Ohio, and then the mother wasn't deceased, and so he got an axe. And he was 16 years old? What was he, 17 years old? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then there's an SUV they found of a missing mother, and that might be connected to a missing mother and kids. But I think maybe if we just stop paying attention to it. I think, because I think with these people camped out there has to be something every day like, oh my gosh, they put police tape on there. Right? Oh my gosh. It's like, just stop and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Does Brian Laundrie or his parents have a friend whose name is Mark? I don't know. Are you thinking of Chris Watts' his only friend was named Mark? I don't know about why. Where are you finding Mark? Yeah, about the kid killing his parents. That was horrible, really horrible. But I'm just gonna say a quick hello. I have not. This is Mike. I have not had a cup of coffee today. This is the same cup of coffee that I've reheated 37 times. It's crazy. Oh, but I do have an update for you on something. It involves stairs. And it involves a fall downstairs. No, it wasn't Jimmy. No, it wasn't myself. Guess who fell down the stairs and fractured their ankle? Go ahead. Sandy, I've been trying to drink this freaking thing all day. And it reminds me, I think I should take 2 Aleve because I feel my head. Yes, how did you know? Did I say that last night already? Or did you just guess that? Michael, how did 10th Angel guess that? Are you friends on Facebook, 10th Angel? Last night, I call, he says he fell down the stairs. He said he just fell wrong on his ankle. Did I say it last night? I don't even remember what I say anymore. And he said it was just a couple of stairs. He fell down his girlfriend's stairs. They were at her place, okay? He was taking Roman out for a walk. Roman's leash got twisted around his leg. And he said it was only 2 stairs, but he landed really funny. And he goes, I thought my ankle was broken. This is last night. And I said, well, how do you know it's not broken? I said, my daughter's boyfriend fell at her roller skating party, and they thought his elbow wasn't broken and ended up being fractured. 2 people broke bones at my daughter's roller skating party for the win. So he says, no, I can put weight on it. It's okay. So my daughter calls me up and she says, oh my gosh. Go look at his Facebook stories. And isn't that crazy how you find? Yeah. So I'm like, what? He fractured his ankle? Are you kidding me? So he fractured his ankle. Oh, really? It's still not back to normal? That's crazy. Hi, Lisa D. Yeah. I made a white rose. I want to show you the 2 roses I made but I have to wait for Jimmy to get back. He had to pick the kids up. Then I've got to go down and get my daughter. I've been feeling like I feel better now since I came on. I was like crying before. I was just having a very down, I don't know, very stressed, very down. Like there's just certain things with stuff like you never know when that stuff hits you. But I feel better coming on. I'm glad because I wouldn't want to go on the drive the way I felt prior to coming on here, actually. Yeah. I'm going to just go get 2, I don't know what I should take. I take a Aleve or I should take ibuprofen. I'm going to take, what should I take for like a headache that's just starting? Aleve or ibuprofen? Which one should I take? I don't like Tylenol. So bad on your liver. Which one should I take? Yeah, not, what? Assault rifles, relatively small caliber rifles with accuracy. Okay, RK. Thanks, High 61. Should I take the Aleve or should I take the ibuprofen? Aleve for just a headache just starting. Billy Boy Blue, shake, shake, shake. Thank you, Billy Boy Blue. Aleve, ibuprofen, Norma. I have my coffee. I'm going to go get my Aleve and I'll show you the 2 roses I made before I go. Because I have to go and get her. Yeah, for real. Michael is the one that his girlfriend's got an ice pack and she put a heart on it and stuff. And no, take ibuprofen. Aleve and hydrate. I just did. I just drank this whole thing of water with electrolytes and with the Activate stuff that I get from Melaleuca, which is like an extra boost. It's kind of like an airborne kind of thing, but it's got extra electrolytes and vitamins and minerals and stuff. So I drank a whole glass of that just now. I have my coffee here. And now you guys are you're saying take the ibuprofen. You're saying take the Aleve. Do a poll. That's so ridiculous, isn't it? But if I take the Aleve, and if the Aleve doesn't work, I could take the ibuprofen. You have that same glass? Yeah, it's a Pioneer Woman, right one. I have it in the green too. They look old-fashioned, don't they? I don't know if they still make these do they? I would like to get more. Thanks, Lexi. I really like this comment I saw somewhere. Grief is just love with nowhere to go. Headache might be lack of sleep. No, I got sleep. It's not that. If it's anything, it's like stress and upset. But I'm gonna take the Aleve first. And I'm gonna show you the roses I made while we're waiting, and then you take one of each. Need to take what with food? Deodorant. No, I put deodorant on. Deodorant. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me get the 2 things I made. I'm still tweaking out over the stove and stuff. It's driving me crazy. breathe. Where's my white rose? That's really weird. Hold on a sec. White rose. Found it. All right, let me just get the leaf. Gotta put my socks on. All right. All right, I'm coming back. Yeah. Take these. Okay. All right, so I made this one. I actually made this one last night. I didn't put the, this one is the one I was making when Buttercups was telling us that horrific story. Can you see? Hold on. I don't think you can see it. Let me see if you can see it better. And then I made the first white one. This I made a little earlier today. But I have to put the leaves on them. I have to make it, see, this is what I want to do, shorter here. So when these come down too long, then I've got to just take them in. Sometimes I make that, but I like the length of this one, so gotta go back and not make them so long, because then they're like trumpet roses, which when they're in a bouquet or an arrangement, you're not going to see that, but if you're just going to hand it to someone, that's what I want. So now I know my size. Aw, thanks, Brent. Hey, thanks, Billy Boy. Just so that the chat knows, I am slightly drunk right now. Wow, okay. Are you? And I'm still haven't finished with my stove because I'm tweaking out of everything. Billy is drunk again. Well, it's 5 o'clock now, so that was fast. But I'll just put them right in there right now. Remember, I made this. This is a napkin. Jimmy tells me he goes, you're not going to believe what we get next week. I go, what? He goes, I almost don't want to say it, but I think I should say it. So here's what he said. He goes like this. Do you know you can print anything you want on a napkin to decoupage it? So what I'm thinking is that what he got me, like printable napkins or something, maybe? I don't know. You know, now I feel like I have those two. You know what about a leaf? You ever feel they get stuck? I feel like it's stuck right here. Hold on, I'm going to get a piece of bread or something. I'm full of complaints today. Hi, Wendy. You're not ugly, Wendy. I've got to put my socks on. Okay. They do get stuck in your throat, RK? I don't know, and it's a leaf. It's a leaf. Even though it's the same size as something, it's these stupid Aleve. I find it all the time. Even if you have something, a lot to drink, it'll sometimes get stuck in there. Can't stand it. You have a headache today? There's going to be a weather change, yeah, coming. Mimi is right above Lexi. Hi, Mimi. Lexi Bullock. So you can print on tissue paper. You have to cut it and tape it to regular. No, I think he got something. I don't know what he said. He goes, I can't wait till it comes. So I don't know what he's talking about, 10th Angel. I think it's because they're dry coated. But why make something like that? Why? And do a tin can with Subway napkins. Oh, you can do that. You can definitely do a Subway napkin. That would be nice on a, it would be. It really would be. If you like Subway and stuff. I've done them with, I've done decoupage with Hershey's miniature candy wrappers, Tootsie Roll wrappers. You can use basically anything. No, not the newest Cricut. No way. No, I think it's something that might be like a printable napkin or something. I don't know. Maybe blank. I don't know. Hi, Tammy. But I've got to drive down to the train, and I think my daughter's bringing bagels. Do you already have white grade paper? No, that's, here's what it is. It's cream, it's actually, it's a cream color. It's not bright white. I have not been able to find the bright white yet, only in the 90, and I didn't place a new order yet. Bagels, yeah. Gotta put my socks on. That's how she put, and I didn't color my hair yet. I was gonna do that yesterday. I never got around to it, and I really want to do it. Oh gosh, I have to do it tonight or tomorrow. I have to decide with my daughter what day we're gonna go. See, here's the problem. It is so warm out now. I mean, warm, like hot almost. Tomorrow's going to be like that too, but there's a chance of some rain. I want to know where the rain is, because then Sunday is going to be like 56 degrees. I'm not looking forward to that. And plus there's so much stuff I still need to do, like outside, outdoor. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I feel like I will never, ever, ever get a hold of anything. You know what I'm saying? I think it's almost like this overwhelmed feel, and I'm going crazy. And then you compound that with grief and other things, and which I'm overwhelmed because of it all works hand in hand. Oh, I don't know. I probably have like tear smudges over here, but whatever. Whatever. Rain is in Michigan. It's heading east. So what is the rain like? Is it warm in rain? I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't know how fast you get cold. It's like here it just goes like from one thing to like snow. And I've got at least 3 perennials that I have to plant, and the flower boxes Jimmy made got half built. Okay. So there's nothing that's planted in them because a lot of reasons, but because we couldn't even get the dirt we needed delivered, and then everything hit this month and last month between taxes and everything else, and a load of dirt is like $500, and I'm just like, there's no way. So couldn't do those, so I have to plant the perennials in some kind of a barrel, something. And what else do I have to do? I don't know. We're trying to. The reason I planned to leave early, I forgot that we only have one car that runs. So, of course, I couldn't leave early, and now I've got to not even fly down. It's just, it's really, it's a little bit nuts. A lot of stress. Jimmy was going to try to fix, I don't know, whatever the freak is with his car, the brake or something. I don't know what it is, and then sell it. I don't know what the hell he's doing with that. It's just this has been difficult to try to deal with one car with like doctor's appointments or whatever. Every time I schedule something, it's like, oh no, you got to get the kids at sports practice and stuff. So it's driving me a little bit batty. But I'll get the stuff. Hey Brent, hi Nanity. Hi Why Wonder. Hi everybody I didn't say hi to Scooter. I'm just waiting for them to get back so that I can do that. But I have to figure out when I'm going to color my hair and when when we're going to go, when I'm going to do that, because I don't know. Help with a name on what? For what? What do you need help with? A name for what? You got a dog or something? Hi Humdies, Dumpties, Broken Pieces. Hi Christy. Stay positive. Oh yeah, and then I got really sad news yesterday. Was that I can't even comprehend. Friend of mine, someone, I've known for, let's see, at least almost 10 years, maybe. She has a little boy. He's younger than Luke. And yesterday I'm on Facebook and I see her aunt posting a GoFundMe because she was diagnosed with lung cancer. So right away I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's early, right? Now I already have a family member, the one I've asked you to pray for, okay, diagnosed with lung cancer, stage 4. So now this friend of mine, I go look at the GoFundMe and it says targeted, I posted it on my Twitter. It says she's going to start targeted treatments, and then it mentions the spinal cord and the brain. So that's stage 4 too then. And the family member of mine, hers, I don't know, it's stage 4, but there's nothing in the brain, nothing in the spine, thank goodness, nothing in the blood, nothing in the bones. And they have her on a pill and she had radiation and that's supposed to be it. So I don't know what, but this sounds really devastating. And she's got a little boy. So that's been weighing on me too. And then every time you go to Facebook and you see it, so I don't know. It's It's really sad, but you don't know. And then of course I'm Googling about lung cancer, like because you freak out when somebody has that, and then you're like, oh my gosh, could I have? And of course it says the reason lung cancer a lot of times is found so late is because the symptoms can be in other parts of your body, like joint pain, which who doesn't have that, right? What else did they say? Even like mental changes, like depression, right? Sad, And then I'm like, oh my gosh, how? And they're saying that's why it gets to such a late stage. Your mom had targeted radiation. She was so weak, caused more suffering for her. Oh, sorry, Mimi. When your mom had lung cancer, they removed half of her lung, and they did the targeted radiation with her. So now, of course, everything I'm feeling, I'm like, so I go to Jimmy, oh gosh, do you think, what if this, he goes, well, you can get a test where they test you for the C something or other and see. I'm like, okay, so now I'll go get a test for that. I know, Nancy, but it's like, how come all these people are getting diagnosed? I mean, she's young. She's like 40 years old, 40 years old, probably 42 at the most. It's really, but it shows you your life can change, in a second. And that's why, so I'm struggling between, being stressed out about whatever, financial things or whatever it is, or, taking the live for today, enjoy today. It's like, I don't know. And now I've had like headaches this whole week, probably more on than off. And I know a lot of it is stress. I know that because I'm under a great deal of stress. But it's like every time I get a headache, I'm like wondering what the freak. Remember last year I was riding my bike a lot because I have anemia. When you have anemia, sometimes you can feel, if you do really strenuous stuff, you can feel a little short of breath or something. And I was getting that, and then I was getting this pain in my chest, which I think was stress. This is turning into a fun live. So, but then I keep thinking, oh my gosh, was that, because I don't think she ever smoked or anything either. You know what I'm saying? It's just scary. Scary. Well, they're home like crazy now, but yeah. So those are the updates. I still can't finish this coffee. It is what it is, right? You know what it is? I was thinking the other day. A lot of times we think like certain things will never ever happen to us. And like when my son got diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, I was shocked because like, okay, that doesn't happen. And of course, when my son passed, that doesn't happen. And then, it's like, but then when your friends start getting, because I had another friend, childhood friend, that passed from the colon cancer. And she was very healthy, very fit. Anyway, and you think, oh gosh, like that doesn't happen. But the thing is, it can happen to anyone. It does. We have this thing, and I don't know if everybody feels it, like almost like that kind of stuff. That, like, thankfully doesn't happen or something. I don't know. It's a weird thing that maybe in our own minds we think. Just like they say teenagers think they're invincible, this and that, and when they get their cars, I remember hearing that in high school, but you think like, oh wait, that doesn't happen, or thankfully, you know, when that happens to somebody else, you pray for them and you say, oh, thank goodness that didn't happen to me or my family, whatever, but then something does. And perfect example is when I was covering that story the night before Ray died, I was feeling really sorry for these parents that lost their daughter and the things they were saying. But I had a weird feeling, but normally I'm always like, I kept saying, like, when we watch the news and we hear these horrible things, we feel really bad for the people, but then we go on, but what are their lives like? Their lives are still dealing with it. And I would think of that all the time. And then I no longer could say, well, that, you know, well, thankfully it doesn't happen to us. You kind of get like a weird thing, and then you say, but then no, it can happen. Any of that can happen to anybody. And that's what's really scary when we sit back and accept that life can change in a second for any of us. And you can thank God and praise God all you want for what you have today. That's all you can do, because tomorrow or the next minute could be a totally different story and something that can just turn your world around. So you've heard a lot of people lately dealing with cancer. Yeah, Daniel, it's really really scary. Hi, Ash Lewis. Hi, Lexi. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, the other thing is, on the other hand, a lot of the things that you hear people say you worry about never happen. That's not always true, because if you always worry about things happening to your children and you lose a child, well, then something does happen. But I guess for the most part, the things that you're worried about don't happen exactly like that. I used to worry a lot, I still do, about losing Jimmy early, you know, and stuff like that, because he's so much older than me. But hi, Dee Dee. But then look, then I always consoled myself that Ray is here, and you know, Ray would take. That's something that I wasn't thinking about, you know. So things you worry about don't usually happen. I don't know, but get out there. You've been through that, and life is never the same again. Yeah. So I think you just have to, that's what I'm saying, between the being stressed out with stuff in the future, like, oh my gosh, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this, we got to do this, we have to do that, we have to save money for that, we need money for that, or just kind of enjoying, you know, the time. Because like sometimes I'm like that. Like if we have like something big coming up that we've got to do, then I get stressed out by, oh my gosh, well, I had to go here, and that's like a lot of gas money, and then this, and we needed this, and then, you know, we took whatever, you know, to do that. But I think you really have to just enjoy the moment in those cases, because if you say, oh, well, you know, we could go to dinner together, you know, like say with my daughter, whatever, but I'm worried if, you know, like, then you may never get, you know, like, those memories and stuff are important too. So you have to really balance it and just do it. I mean, I'm not saying being wasteful or anything, but, you know, it's just, yeah, Irene, I'm stressed, yeah. You designed a breast cancer shirt last night. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. You worry all the freaking time about what else Henny says. I think so, yeah. Some of us are born. My father's whole family, we always said they were born worriers. You could call them. And then my mother, who wasn't normally like that, as she got older, my mother became a really big worrier, really big. And I would say to them, because I was much younger than I would say, oh my gosh, you guys, if somebody needs something to worry about, you could find something to worry about for them. But it happens, you know, and then if you have something happen to you, it's like, you know, it's crazy. So, worry, worry, worry. You ran a marathon and raised money for doing it. That's great, Christy. You go outside and do weeding to try to calm your thoughts. So yeah, I go bike riding usually, you know, because that'll put your energy into like a good place. Too much worry. Yeah, but see, you know what, S. Sparks? You know when they say to a worrier, too much worry isn't good for you? Then somebody that's a natural worrier will worry, am I worrying too much? Then they'll start worrying about, am I worrying too much? And so it works the opposite. That may be good for someone that's not a worrier, but to tell a worrier that, then they're worried about worrying.
Who, me?
No. People. Did we ever do that thing in the car? No, right?
I'm doing it right now.
How can you wash that? They're not going to be dry.
The mats? Oh, they'll be fine.
But hi, Carol Clark. Hi, Linda Uribe. Yeah, because anything like that, just like when people say like, "Oh, don't think this way" or "Don't think that," you immediately think that way. Don't say that. Okay, then all you're doing is thinking about that. At least in my brain, and I think anybody's brain, it's like reverse psychology. Don't think about that. Okay. Whatever you do, you can do anything you want, just don't think about this. It can turn into, yeah, it definitely can. It definitely can. And I know the way to change it, like people that, whatever, if they're worrying about or thinking about a certain thing, they normally go through a set of like certain rituals in their own head. And that seems to calm it. But you're supposed to break that because going through all those rituals for that. So you should just, you tell yourself, it's okay, I don't have to do that, and go on to something else. And even if you say, it's okay, my therapist said I don't have to do that, sometimes that's better or whatever. But people think like, oh, you know, if you don't say certain things or whatever. And it becomes something like really compulsive, obsessive, as you said. Hi, Pilot Pete, how are you? It's a balance. Hi, John Cuddy. How are you? Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. Times like this makes me wish you were a serial killer without feelings. Yeah, like I don't know. They have no conscience. Like they can actually do something. Even people on YouTube. When you know they deliberately did something and they go like this, the person that did that is just an evil, rotten person that needs to rot in hell. And yet, you know they're talking about themselves and they did it. These manipulative types on YouTube and off YouTube. They can say something like that and not fear. Even like pastors, how many times you see certain pastors get up on there and they say, this is a sin, don't do this, you can't do this, anybody and they can go through a whole sermon on that, right? And then they're found in a car with a male sex worker. After they preach for 2.5 hours how that type of lifestyle is a sin, right? Now, a person that worries about stuff, at least I think, would every time you're saying a person that does that should go straight to hell, a person that does this should be, they'd be thinking, well, what about me? But they don't, I don't know, they somehow are able to, I've never really understood how they do that. They do. They can just go on and say all this stuff and be the ones doing it or behind doing it. I don't get that. So it's trying to see what you guys are saying. That always makes me nuts. Because I can be the other way. Like someone says, like, let's say, something like anyone that paints their front door red, they're a psychopath, right? And as silly as that sounds, but then I'm just using it as an example. But then I'd be like, well, I only painted the trim red. I only did the trim. Does that mean I'm a psychopath? So I'll go to extremes, but yeah, I mean, I worry always the other way, just like those colon cancer awareness commercials. They don't work on the right people, but they terrify the crap out of people that are already knowing that they should be doing that. That's the thing. It always works on the wrong people. Because the people that are ignoring that stuff, they don't care. Like, I've never smoked, but those commercials about it make me nuts. They terrify me, right? But then they're not doing anything for the person that is choosing to smoke. That's what I mean. It's always on the wrong people. No, I just use that as an example, just to like saying, because I'll ruminate about like, oh my gosh, they said this. Could that mean? But you'll have somebody that's, burning down whatever, and I don't know. It's my mind is very, very complex. Amish people have different colors. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong. I like a red door. I do. It has nothing to do with being a psychopath. I've just used it as an example. Oh, thanks, Joanna Marie. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to explain what I'm saying. Exactly. One should never people follow extreme. Yeah, well, that's very true. A lot of fanatics in anything, fanatical behavior in any one thing, or a multitude, usually means something is wrong here. You've lost your family members through the years with the big C. Weird kinds in most of them. The constant in all of it is diabetes. Isn't that strange? Yeah. I hate myself for smoking 10 candles per day. I've only smoked 7 so far, not 20. Really? You're smoking 10th Angel? I would not think that. Did you ever try, you probably the patch or the gum or... You understood what I'm saying, Linda? Yeah. You don't like chaos and unfamiliar things. Chaos. You okay, Ethan? What? Are you okay? No. What's the matter? I can't. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not. You're okay? All right. I've been coughing lately. I don't know why. Okay. That's not how loud I had to cough from. I just wanted to cough really hard to try to get it out. Yeah, he enjoys doing that to me. Yeah, I hear you, Ethan. He's become... Okay, keep... all right, keep coughing. Okay. He can make himself cough like that. He thinks it's hysterical right now. Ethan. Jimmy.
Why?
Can you please tell Ethan to stop? He thinks that's hysterical. Okay? He's doing that thing that he can do when he makes himself sound like he has the croup. He does that. He loves to do that when my daughter's around. Where he can make himself bark like it's almost like he's yeah. Thinks it's funny right now. Here he goes. Hear him?
Ethan.
He's out. He's got the window open. He's doing it out the window.
Ethan.
Enjoys doing that. You have to go to your memorial service for your dear friend who died of colon cancer, only 35 with kids and a wife. Oh my gosh. And a wife with the oh my gosh, really? I'm sorry, Slamaran. Yeah, that's the thing with colon cancer. Now they're saying they should screen a lot earlier because a lot of the younger people are getting it. He thinks it's funny because I used to be able to, I can still do something like that where I can make a really weird noise in my throat. And I used to think it was hysterical. He thinks this is hysterical because he can do that. And then he can come around and go, no, I'm fine. Just, he thinks it's hysterical. And he thinks it's hysterical to do it when I'm live or to do it around people. He thinks it's hysterical. Yeah, it sounds horrible. And I've tried to, yeah. He goes like this, I'm just going to do it for a little while. Yeah, he loves doing that. You know kids, right? He loves it now. It's good to clear out the line. Do you ever notice that if you're shopping, even prior to this, if you're shopping on a line and someone has like a tremendous cough, you're just like, oh, I think I forgot something. I'm going back. The elephant, you've never seen The Elephant Man, why wonder? They have a lot of deformities they get these like lumps and bumps and almost like growths and stuff on their face and their skin. There's a movie called The Elephant Man. Now the dog's doing it. This is good. Now the dog's doing it. But Jimmy, I'm going to have to... that's going to be done pretty soon because I have to go, you know? I really do. Jimmy is... yeah, I know you. 2 minutes, Jimmy, right? 2 minutes. Ryan. No, it's not going to be 2 minutes at all. Hey, Kelly. Hi, DJ. Uh-oh, Daniel Johnson. I'm so sorry. What does that mean? The problem is, the real problem, you think he's... No, he is faking. The problem is, if he has a real problem, you'll think... Oh, if he does, yeah. No, he'll tell me. I would see. He would have a fever or something, you know, like that. They would be like, will you stop? Okay, Linda Galb, see you tonight. We haven't seen Roots since The Shining, so I wonder if, did he make it to the end of The Shining? I know, Kelly. No, but that's not, the puppy's not sick, thank goodness.
Which puppy, Doris?
Yeah. She was... Oh, yeah, neurofibromatosis type 1. That's sad. That's really sad there, Slamaran. That's what I'm saying. There's so much, even when even when you think, things are really bad, like there's always somebody worse off than you, right? You watched The Shining without me? Nancy, they did. Roots, we'll watch it again. I think DeVito wasn't there either. We were going to watch The Vanishing, and then we couldn't find it, and I have to find it, but then Roots was there, and Roots was like, I want to watch The Shining. I want to watch The Shining. And then Lisa H. said The Shining was on HBO, so I put it on, by American Girl, and Hi, Alley Cattails. And so, yeah, they put The Shining on. But I'm going to leave pretty soon, and then maybe I'll turn you guys on once I get on the highway, because I have to go a little bit from where I know I get good reception the whole way and talk. I don't think anything is I really do think that the watch pot. That's why I don't even look for updates anymore. I look like once a day, and that's it, because I really do feel a watch pot. I don't think it's going to be soon, and I think anything that happens in that Carlton Reserve is a bunch of malarkey. The only thing that I think they may be searching in that Carlton Reserve is that he took the cell phone, somebody took the cell phone and ditched it over there. Made it ping over there and ditched it. Roots is probably still nursing a hangover. Maybe. Hi, Bergstrong. You know what, Bergstrong? I'm right there with you. I really don't know that I have either. I've seen a lot of it, but I really don't know that I've ever sat there and watched the whole thing. I know that Jimmy was trying to make me do it a couple of years ago, and we even had a special Shining Blu-ray with a little, I think it was like a Jack Nicholson bobblehead thing in it. And then I don't think I got through the whole thing. A lot of Stephen King movies, some of them I don't get. Like even his books. It's like the one that I did get, was Thinner. And then The Perfect Couple, that one, yes. But the one, then there's that one, what was that other one where the woman gets tied to the bed and then the guy has a heart attack? But some of the stuff is like weird, like especially the books. Like I bought the book of short stories a long time ago, and I would read them and I'd be like, what? Like it didn't make any sense to me. You, yes, You is a good series. Now I started that first series, and Jimmy and my daughter, and then they finished it all the way through. But I never finished that first series. But that's a good one. I would watch that again. That is a good series. You, yes, very good. And now there's 3 seasons of it, right? Oh, Gerald's Game. That's what it is. Yep. But some of the stuff I don't get of his, I'm just, I don't know. More so in like the stories, like the short stories. I remember I was like, what? It's just so weird. Needful Things by Stephen King is a good book and movie. I don't think I've seen that one, Tracy. Maybe I will watch it on a movie night. Maybe. I have to see what's going on with that. Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, they can be really strange too. Like Eyes Wide Shut and stuff. Yeah, really weird. Like The Shining. Like a lot of different pieces and. You were afraid at first to help me around it, but if you can handle true crime, you can handle The Shining. Yeah, it's not like really terribly gory or anything like that. The only like, well, it's not very, there's parts of it, like I did see the hotel room with the lady in the bathtub thing, yeah. And here's Johnny, but like even my little kids go like this, hey, Mrs. Torrance. We always do that. Yes, Mrs. Torrance. Does Tony want to go there? No, Mrs. Torrance. You sure? How do you know Tony? Tony doesn't want to go to that hotel. Can you imagine just going to a restaurant and doing that? Like, I'll have the prime rib and the baked potato, sour cream on the side. The twins down the hallway in the blue dresses, right? And then the kid riding that tricycle big wheel. What was it? A big wheel all around that hotel. Red rum, Mrs. Torrance. Red rum? Yes, Mrs. Torrance. Oh, I cannot watch The Exorcist, 10th Angel. There's no way. I cannot do that. That used to scare the life out of me because I was very young. But I know I had brother and sister that went to see it. There's no way. I couldn't even look at. Remember when Mad Magazine made like a spoof of that? That was bad for me. That's like where I saw, and I just, there's no way. And do you know, I would say I love Rosemary's Baby, but I saw the sanitized version of Rosemary's Baby, and then I watched it on something recently and saw the other parts of it. I don't want to see that full movie. I want to see the sanitized one, like that was on TV, because that actually, I liked that movie without that crazy stuff. It kind of, I don't know, it just brought you back to another time, and it was very relaxing for me. But the real version of it, no. You think The Exorcist is corny? Really? I'm not good with a lot of Satan devil stuff. I mean, like, what was the one? Remember the one with Keanu Reeves where he sells his soul for that big break or whatever, and then like they were turning into like beasts in the apartment with his wife and stuff? What was that called? I always think it was The Firm, but The Firm was Tom Cruise. But Keanu Reeves was in something, and he sold his soul. I think it was also about being a lawyer. It wasn't an actor. And then stuff started happening. The Devils, wasn't that when Al Pacino played his father? No, I think it was The Devil's Advocate or something. I'm pretty sure it was that. And Al Pacino was his father. Yeah. Robin Lane, yes. That's weird. Like, I don't know. I'm more like, I used to be horror and gore and stuff as a kid, as a teenager and stuff. Then once I got married and had kids, I'm not. But I like a good like psychological thriller. I love a psychological thriller. It doesn't have to be gore or anything to it, but just has to be like oh my gosh, like wacky stuff like that. Yeah, it's funny. I'm the same way, I wonder. I don't like the devil movies. Yeah, it's Devil's Advocate, Bergstrom, yeah, but I don't like the devil movies. Jimmy's vacuuming a car. Vanilla Sky. That's a psychological thriller. Isn't that the one with Penelope Cruz and Tom Cruise? No, I don't really like Tom Cruise anymore. It's hard for me to watch anything with him. And what happened to him? He's like gone, isn't he? You had an independent movie called Sono Cinema in Norwalk. and they rented the most obscure movies. Oh, you don't want to pay for... You hate suspense? Really, Robin? You hate suspense? My mom says it's the living you have to worry about. There are a lot of people that do a lot of planning and a lot of manipulation. There's so many manipulative personalities around us. I'm getting better and better at spotting it. I think I want to do a video on all the kinds of language and tactics they use, because I can spot it so easily now. I get better and better and better. And when I hear it, it's like, I feel like it's like a poker, a flaming hot poker or something. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, how can people not see that? But yeah, there's so many clues in the language, in the body language, in the intonations of their voice. And I think that there's also something with people treating others like horribly, or like having them fear, it's like, you want to talk about cults. You want to know something? You want to know about cults? A lot of the people in those cults, they're so afraid at first that they're not going to be accepted. But when you look at that Axiom, right, the cult, the collateral that the inner circle had to give them, and these people just gave this to them because they didn't want to disappoint, anyone in the higher ranks, and they were just, you have to send this to me to show me your loyalty. And they were sending like naked pictures of themselves, all this stuff, so that if they ever left that cult, they would be blackmailed with that stuff. It's crazy. If you've never seen that that documentary, and not the one on HBO, which it's the one on Stars that's the better one, because the one on HBO has somebody that was in it that was making it, so it's biased. Yeah. Jimmy's vacuuming my car. Yeah. Because they felt pressured because of their status. Yeah. It's crazy. But like, they're like so afraid they're not going to be accepted or out. So kind of, I think that's a lot of the reason sometimes you see, like, the worse someone is treated, they're like dying to stay in because they don't want to be thrown out of something. And so they'll put up with all of this crap because they're not going to be, oh gosh, I have to be accepted into that. I don't know. It's so crazy. Hi, Burnt Hot Dog. Some people will do anything to be accepted. Yeah, Leah Jane. And you wonder, truly, because, I don't know, you see people, they treat people like absolute garbage. And people are groveling and apologizing. I'm sorry. Where someone can treat someone nice and people are like, yeah. Because I do think it's kind of almost like a reverse psychology thing. I've wondered that for a while. Oh, you're listening? Okay. You can't handle the truth. No, you can't handle the truth. Yeah, that's a good scene, but I don't know. I can't stand really Tom Cruise anymore. Mind control, yeah, Amy. Brainwashing, yeah, it's pretty scary. Because if you look at it from the outside, you're like, what the freak? People are weird. It's fascinating. Yeah, and somebody said that there was going to be a study especially on like YouTube of the personality types, and it's a field day. The cult that River Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix parents were in was horrible. Oh gosh. Ugh. That's horrendous. Sorry. Remember that movie? Does anybody remember that movie with Judd Hirsch? It was a long time ago, but he was on the run with his wife. They had done something. I don't know, robbed a bank. I don't know what it was. But they were on the run, and they got married, and they have these 2 boys. But at any time, if somebody got, wind of anything, Judd Hirsch would say, "We're in a hurry." Just like that. "We're in a hurry." And that meant everybody would just pack up their stuff and go. And I forget, one of the boys might have been one of the Phoenix kids. I don't know. Either that or I think River Phoenix was in that. And they would have to pack up. And the kids said, like, every time he would get used to his school and everything, then he'd get home and the father and mother would be like, "We're in a hurry and we have to go." And they would just pack up. And I think one time he got pissed and they left him there. Like they said, "Okay, you have to live your life. You shouldn't have to live this life because of us." So they let him stay there. But I don't think Jimmy's ever seen that. So sometimes he does that, like, "Hurry up, let's get in the car and go," when he thought he heard gunshots or something down the road. It was crazy. But I'll always go like this: "We're in a hurry." And he's like, "What do you mean?" Because he hasn't seen the movie. But anybody that's seen the movie and you go like this, "We're in a hurry," just to pick up. It was running on empty. I'd like to see a lot of those movies. Do you remember the movie? Maybe you don't. It had Judd Hirsch in it too. About a little boy that was abducted. Okay, and the parents were looking like crazy. Without a Trace, I think it was. It was a divorced mother, and he was about 5 or 6 years old. I think his name might have been Tony. I don't know. But he was abducted, and I think it took place in New York City, or it might have been San Francisco. I'm not sure. No, I think it was New York City. And the little boy was abducted, and Judd Hirsch was the detective, and everybody, I guess, thought he was dead or whatever. I think it kind of went along the time of Eton Pates. And then at the end, they find the little boy, and this man kidnapped him to have the little boy help his mother, who was like an invalid. And when they found the little boy, they had like the police escort. They had Judd Hirsch driving the little boy to the mother back to the city without a trace. Yeah, and I tell you. And then every police department, they would say like, "Okay, New Jersey, you can take off. New York's got it from here." And I think about it, I still cry. And then they go, "No, New Jersey wants to stay on for the ride." And then everybody goes to the city, and then she's standing in the street, and the little boy runs out, and she's hugging him. I still get emotional thinking about that. And yeah, and they bring the little boy back without a trace. Yeah, that was a good movie. Was it Mayor Winningham? It was the mother. I remember her. I think she was wearing like a trench coat kind of thing, and she bent. That's what she did. She dropped all of her groceries. She had just been at the store. They were following her around the store, and then she hears all of the because they didn't tell her. They didn't have cell phones and stuff. They couldn't even get a hold of her. She was out, and she sees all of these cars coming down, and then he gets out, and she drops everything, and the eggs and everything are in the street. Yeah. That'll really get you in the fifis. That will. There was another one that I used to like. It was probably really corny, I'm sure it was, but it was Sybil Shepherd. It was a Lifetime one where she was a teacher and she had given away her son for adoption. She gave him up for adoption and then never had any other kids. And then got back together with the man that she had that baby with and was having a baby late in life, like in her 40s. And her and her husband were doing this, and she had this student, because she taught in this like really kind of rough district. But this one student, for some reason, she kept wanting to help him. And she found out, you know, he was being raised by a mother. She was Spanish speaking, and he was getting into trouble, but she kept trying to speak to his mother. And then his mother got very sick, and she found out somehow that was the child. And he was pushing her away. And then the mother, the one that took the baby, gave the biological mother a note or something. Her name was Esperanza. And when she had to tell him, "I'm your mother," that was a really emotional scene. That I like that movie, but I know that if I go back and watch it now, it's going to be like really, you know, sometimes you think a movie, it's better in your mind when you remember it than when you go back and watch it again. But it was very good. I think the father was that guy. He's a famous guy. He might be the father in Home Alone. I think he might be. I don't know. I can't remember his name. But anyway, guys, I got to get moving here. So I might see you from the road. But love you guys, and we'll see you later. All right. Hi, Mama Ames. And everybody. But everybody have a good day, and I will see you later. All right. Yeah, Esperanza. It's there was a little boy. Exactly, Henny. Henny knows. I have seen that. Henny's like Lisa H. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. How do I get out of here? Let me end that. I'll end this. God bless. Prayers.